Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MarcelloSwisher coming at you guys with another fire video today. This one is about the worst coke dealer of all time. But before I get into that, I just wanted to tell you guys how much I appreciate y'all blowing up my first video. I only posted it about 2 days ago, and it's already over 1,100 views, which may not seem like a lot, compared to other people, but it's not what I was expecting. I was not expecting to get that much attention on it, so I really appreciate you guys for blowing that shit up. It really motivates me to keep making content when I know people are actually liking it and actually getting something out of it, and it's not just me talking to myself. So hopefully you guys are also enjoy this one. Before we get into the video though, I think it's only right that we start things off with a dab. We're dabbing on some Fruity Pebbles rosin here, just letting my nail cool down before I get things started. But like I was saying, you guys, I just really appreciate all the support, big time. Whew. A lot of you guys always ask me, how do you know when your nail's at the perfect temperature? I'm sure there's better ways to do it. There's timers and shit. I heat that bitch up and I hold my hand on it until it feels like a nice warm summer day. And when it feels like that, I take a dab. And there's probably better ways to do it. Probably not the best way to do it, but it's always worked for me. Cheers. Woo, that was a good dab. Oh, I've been getting nice and stoned these last few days, you guys. I'll tell you that right now. Alright, but starting this video off. Worst coke dealer of all time. I used to be out in East Texas. And if anyone knows anything about East Texas, good stuff when it comes to like coke and weed and just any drug in general, it is very difficult to find in East Texas. It's not like a major city where there's a lot of plugs just trying to outdo each other and compete for people's business. It's really not like that at all. You kind of just take what you can get. So if you wanted coke and somebody hit you up and they had something they said was coke, awesome, dude. Congratulations. If you're able to get served, you should just take what you can get. So the way that I met this guy, I was serving a buddy of mine one day, and I met him at a gas station, and he pulls up to one of the pumps, and he shoots me a text. I normally have people get into my car, but he was like, hey, hop in. I have a guy here that I want you to meet. So I was like, okay. So I hop in his car, and he says, I want you to meet my buddy Magic. If you need any white, he's got the best shit in town, and he's new here, so he's still trying to build up his clientele. But he's originally from the DFW area, and that's where he gets his shit. So it's not like this typical lake trash you're normally going to find, It's actually going to be some fire-ass scale. So, I was like, I don't like to do it all the time, but I'll still get down every now and then, so let me take your number. So Magic gives me his number. I dap them both up. I tell him to have a good day. And, I go on about my day. So about a week goes by. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there was not a single day that went by where Magic did not blow my phone up every couple hours talking about real scale on deck, got that white, hit my line, throwing deals all day. And I'm just like, bro, I get it. Like, at least wait till I make my first purchase before you start blowing my shit up. That is the worst thing somebody can do as a drug dealer. I don't know if you guys can relate or not, but have you ever had a drug dealer that is just constantly fucking just coming at your neck, like almost making you feel guilty for not spending your money? Like, I'll do it every now and then. If I haven't heard from you in a couple weeks and you used to cop all the time, I'll be like, hey, hit me up, still got it. I'll throw a little hint your way, but I'm not excessive. This motherfucker was just non-stop hitting me up. So, like I said, about a week goes by. I was hanging out with my girl, and I'm a buddy of mine, and then my buddy's girlfriend, who was also best friends with my girl, and the four of us were like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do some blow. So I was like, I know just a man to call. I'm going to hit up Magic. And I just got a gram because I didn't want to risk getting some bunk ass shit. You know what I mean? That's the worst thing you can do, is fucking waste your money on shitty coke. So I was like, I'm just going to get a gram to start it off, and we'll see where it goes. So I hit him up. I had him meet me at the same gas station that I'd met him at when I'd served up his buddy. He hops in. He serves me the G. We get back to my homegirl's house. We weigh it. Everything's good. He didn't even short me. This shit was some fire. I have to say, despite him just being a shitty drug dealer in general, my buddy was correct. This was definitely some DFW scale. Some of the best coke I did while I was out in East Texas. And needless to say, that gram went pretty quick between the four of us. And within 2-3 hours, we were already, just like typical cokeheads, hitting him up wanting some more. And I was trying to get him to meet me at this same gas station, but here's where the story starts to get a little iffy. This motherfucker hits me up, and he drops his pin on Facebook, and he says, I'm at this house. Come through. And we're like, okay, whatever. It was a bit of a drive. I remember our friend, her name's Destiny, she was like, this is a good, 25-minute drive one way. But it's in the country, and that was some good blow, and I want to do some good blow. So you know what? Fuck it. We'll drive out there. So I was going to get 2 grams this time off of him. So we drive, like I said, 25, 30 minutes into the fucking country, and we pull up to this trailer house. And he just has this bitch bumping. There's 2 cars there when we get there, and then when we pull up, he comes out to the car, and he's already talking on the phone to somebody who, and I just hear the tail end of the conversation, and he was like, you need a quarter of white? Yeah, I got you, pull up. And I was like, damn, man, this dude's not just selling G's, he's moving real shit. He comes up to the window, and he's like, hey, I need a favor from you guys. And we were like, okay, what do you need? And he's like, I need a ride, and I'll pay you guys, but I have somebody who's trying to cop, and he's about to leave for Dallas and get on a flight, and he'll be going to Miami. And I'm just thinking to myself, who in the fuck that is out in fucking bumfuck nowhere, East Texas right now, has the resources to fucking hop on a jet at midnight and fly to Miami? You know what I mean? I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And so I look at Destiny, and I'm like, this is really up to you. We're in your car. Do you want to give him a ride? And she asked how much gas he would be willing to offer. And I remember he said, she wanted, I believe, $40 just for the risk involved. I can't remember the exact amount of money she wanted. But it was an amount where, if there wasn't any drugs involved, you'd be like, fuck, that's a lot of money just for gas. But then when you consider the fact that he was probably making a shit ton of money off this deal, plus the risk of driving with that much coke this late at night, when you take all that into account, you're kind of like, man, $40 ain't that bad after all. May have been $50. I don't, like I said, can't remember exactly. But he ended up offering her $25, and I remember she begrudgingly took it because he said, will you take $25 if I don't bring the shit? And I remember thinking, if your whole fucking point of going here is to do this deal, why would you even need to fucking go if you don't bring it? You know what I mean? That defeats the whole purpose. Are you just gone to fucking hang out with homeboy before you leave town? What the fuck is going on here? And plus, you were just telling somebody else to pull up for a quarter. Is there somebody else inside? I'm not trying to get in nobody's business, but to this day, I don't know. Did homeboy pull up for his quarter and there wasn't a fucking single person there to serve him? What happened? But so Destiny agrees to it. She's like, yeah, 25's fine. And he said, alright, I'll be right back. I gotta run inside to grab something real quick. So he runs back inside, and we're just all looking at each other like, what is about to go down? Well, he comes back out, and this motherfucker's got a fucking Coors Light box that's obviously been opened, and he just sets it on his lap. And the whole 12-minute drive, he just had that Coors Light box, and the whole time he was sitting next to me, and I was just like, bro, I wonder how much cocaine is in that Coors Light box. Because I know damn well that he wasn't just going to fucking not do his deal. Like I said, if he wasn't doing the deal, he'd have no point to fucking go there in the first place. But like I said, it was like a 12-minute drive. We pull up to this beautiful house. It was right off the highway, but it was fucking immaculate. I was like, damn. I would think the person who lived here would be like a doctor or a lawyer or something, not a cokehead. But hey, you know, they were flying to Miami, so they may have been a doctor or a lawyer. You never know. But that's for that story with Magic. There's a couple more before I get out of here. Like I said, there's a reason this dude's the worst coke dealer ever. Great product, just always about fucking, always on some fucking bullshit, guys. Always on some fucking bullshit. Another time, okay, where I'm from, like I say, I don't want to go into too many details because I don't want people who don't know me in real life from these videos to like, get an idea where I live. But before, when I was in East Texas, there was this little mini Woodstock event that some people that my girl's family owns this land, and they have like a little mini Woodstock out there every year. They call it Marshmallow Jam. Some local live bands would come out and perform. People would be out there selling shrooms, selling acid, just tripping, pitching tents, having bonfires, you know, breaking out the ukuleles, the guitars, just having like a good old time. Like it was literally a mini Woodstock, and it was on private property, so there was nothing really the cops could do about it. Well, me and my girl have been together a long time. We actually had, sorry, fucking coughing from that dab earlier, fucking late onset. We actually had one of our first dates there, and when we first started going, it wasn't as well known yet. So it was a lot of older, like, chilled out folks and, like, a lot nicer crowd. And as word caught on about it and people realized, like, hey, once a year you can go on private property and get fucked up at, like, a massive party and the cops can't do shit about it, a lot of people started to show up, bro, including the people that were like in high school and just the younger crowd in general that were just there to cause trouble and just there to be a fucking pain in the ass. You guys know how a lot of younger people are. There's fucking 18, 19, even 17-year-olds in some case who are like just out of high school or like just finishing up high school, and they're at that stage where they just fucking drink and they're disrespectful and they just fucking feel like the world revolves around them. Hey, sorry if I offended everybody. We were all there at one point, including myself. But more and more of those type of people started to show up, and it got to the point where it wasn't even fun to go. Because it was just all the people I fucking deal with on a regular basis. But I'm kind of getting off track here. I was at one of the Marshmallow Jams, and Magic was there. And like I said, different vendors would come out. I'd go out there. I'd have bud. I'd have my shit. They had some dude that was out there selling THC suckers. There was Molly. There was everything. Magic was out here selling his Coke. Well, he forgot a very, very integral item that you need if you were selling something. This motherfucker showed up with no scale, ladies and gentlemen. He did not have a scale, and he did not have his cocaine pre-weighed. But it did not take him long to notice that somebody he knew was there and had a scale. And that somebody would be me, because I was trying to catch my own bites. I'm a businessman, you know what I mean? I want to make money while I'm having fun. So I was hooking everybody up. There's a lot of old cats out there who still try to sell 20 a G. So all you got to do is have some fucking decent shit out there and say, hey man, 10 a G. And you don't even have to cut fucking deals. You can sell $70 quarters. Like I said, this is like a weekend long event. People stay. People just want weed to smoke and they don't want to leave because they've been drinking and tripping. So if it's there where they don't have to go, they'll pay it. That's another reason people can get away with selling 20 a G. So I am just fucking banking right now. I am making hella money over there. And all of a sudden, Magic comes up to me and he's like, hey bro, I need a favor. And I'm like, well, what's your favor? And he says, I need to use your scale. I need to catch some bites. And I was like, alright, you know, here, take it. So he takes my scale, he serves a few people, and he comes back and he's like, alright bro, appreciate it. I'm thinking that's it. So I'm just continuing to have a good time, you know, chilling with my girl, listening to music. He fucking comes up like 15 minutes later, tapping me on the shoulder, and he's like, hey bro, I got another bite. Can I use your scale again? So I have to fucking give him my scale again. And the whole time, I'm having to put fucking people that are coming up to me on hold, because I can't find this motherfucker. I don't know where he is. I'm trying to find my scale and I'm trying to get money, but I can't because this motherfucker's got my scale and he's catching bites. And this whole time I'm like, man, I know he's fucking making hella bank out here. Maybe at least he'll like break me off a little blow or something for the trouble, you know what I mean? But no, all fucking night, this motherfucker must have spent half the fucking night tapping on my shoulder at least 20, 30 times. Just fucking using my scale, using my scale. At one point, he even asked for the keys to my car because he was like, hey, bro, I'm trying to serve up this one dude, but he's not here in his car, and we need a safe place to weigh it. Can I go weigh it in your car? I'm like, bro, did you come prepared at all? Like, who brought you here? And he was like, oh, I caught a ride with my friend, but he's not here, or else I'd just go do it in his truck. So at this point, I'm just like, not able to roll my eyes hard enough. But I give the motherfucker my car keys, because I'm also trying to stay in his good graces. Like I said, he had good shit, and he fucking goes in my car and weighs it up. I come back out to my car later that night to smoke a blunt. There's fucking coke residue all over the shifter, all over the fucking center console. Like, he was not careful at all. I'm like, bro, really? Like, this is consent to search waiting to happen. Are you a fucking idiot? And the whole fucking night, he'd come up to me and he'd be like, hey, bro, you the real MVP. Hope you know that. You coming in clutch, bro. I really appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna make it worth your time here at the end. Well, the next morning, this motherfucker, he taps me on the shoulder, and I'm like, you need to use the scale again? And he's like, nah, bro, I'm just headed out. And I was thinking to myself, oh, okay, bet. He's about to fucking, break me off a little something for using my scale all night. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll see you later. And he was like, yeah, bro, just wanted to let you know it was fun chilling. Appreciate you. And just fucking saunters off. And I'm just like, man, what the fuck? So I was like, let me at least get a G off this guy before he leaves. I'm kind of salty that he's not just breaking me off like at least a little 0.1, 0.2 for all the bullshit. But I still want some, so I'm going to buy a little bit off him. And I was like, hey, Magic, I got $60. Can I get a G? This motherfucker, this no good motherfucker, after using my scale all night and making me lose business, he says, honestly, bro, I don't got that much left, and I just been selling dubs since it's in real high demand out here. I know I normally do you the gram for 60, but this time I'd have to do 100, because like I said, it's 20 for a 0.2 straight if we're out here. And my jaw just hit the floor, bro. I could not believe the audacity of this motherfucker to just sit there and try to do that, bro, and charge me 100 for a gram after he had just used my scale all fucking night. No compensation. The nerve, bro. This is how people really be in real life. Like, that shit is crazy to me. Well, there's one more example of just why he is the worst. And man, I don't know if Magic was barred out or just... He always didn't really seem like he was all there, you know what I mean? I figured he just did a lot of drugs, but he always just seemed a little off. But he'd forget shit all the time. And I'm about to give you guys an example of that. So there was this day, me and my girl were trying to get an 8-ball from him. And I was hitting him up all fucking day. I was like, Magic, can I get a ball? Magic, can I get a ball? He was just leaving me on red, not answering. And finally, he hits me back and he's like, I got you, little bro, but I'm in... Oh, no, it's the name of the town. I don't want to say it. It's just another smaller East Texas town. It's about like 40 minutes away from where we were at. And he's like, I'm at, Bullshitville right now. I'll let you know when I'm back where you're at. And I was like, all right, man, that's cool. Do you know when it'll be? And he said, it'll probably be later tonight, but like I said, I'll hold it for you. And I was like, all right, cool. So I'm waiting, and about like 10 o'clock comes, and I still haven't heard from him. He told me it'd be towards the night at like 5. So I'm like, hey, buddy, any update? And he was like, nah, not yet. Midnight, I hit him up, and I was like, hey, buddy, any updates? And he said, yeah, I actually forgot to tell you, I can't serve you tonight. And I said, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean you can't serve me tonight? And I was upset because in the time I had been waiting for him, I'd had, like, at this point, I knew a few more people than when I did. I'm so high right now, you guys, and I'm doing this all in one take. So if I fuck up's just gonna be there. But anyway, I was like, I knew more people, you know what I mean, than I did when I first met him. So I'd already had a couple people hit me up while I was waiting and be like, hey bro, I can serve you up right now if you want. And I was like, nah, I know the quality's not going to be as good. You know, I'd rather get it from Magic and just wait it out. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, if I'd known he couldn't serve me tonight, I could have got it from somewhere else. Yeah, it wouldn't have been like fish scale, but it would have been something, you know what I mean? So I'm like, dude, you know, what is the fucking deal? Why can't you serve me? This motherfucker says, I left my Coke in the back seat of somebody's car and they blocked me. I'm in the middle of trying to get it back. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Are you, like, how do you forget? And I was like, how much was it? And he said, oh, it was a whole ounce, bro. And I'm just facepalming myself at, like, the fucking carelessness of this man. I'm like, bro, how do you forget an ounce of Coke in the back of somebody's car? And then the motherfucker one-ups himself. A week later, I get a call from him. And I'm like, that's weird. Magic never calls me, you know. He fucking blows up my phone constantly trying to get me to fucking buy from him. But I don't normally get calls. I wonder what's going on. This motherfucker fucking calls me. And he says, hey, buddy, do you know Joseph? And Joseph is a fucking asshole that I'd had some problems with. I'm sure I'll get more into him in future stories. Motherfucker's basically my mortal enemy. Probably shouldn't even be using his real name, but you know what? Fuck him. He's that big of a piece of shit. I do not give a fuck. Joseph, if you're listening to this, I hope you fucking choke on a cock. But anyway, Magic hits me up and he's like, yo, do you know Joseph last name? And I was like, yeah, bro, I know Joseph. Why? And he said, are you cool with him? And I said, no, I'm the opposite of cool with him. We hate each other. Why? And he said, like, how not cool with him are you? And I said, I'm pretty not cool with him, bro. Like, he's caused me to get ripped off, and, like, he's lived with me and stolen from me. And I went through this, like, laundry list of things that I'll go through in future videos about why I do not fuck with Joseph. And I told Magic all this, and he just kind of pauses, and he goes, alright, do y'all not like each other enough that, like, if he had a gun, would he shoot you? And I'm like, yeah, probably. Where the fuck is this going? And Magic, this motherfucker, Magic tells me, I was serving him up a G, and I was in his back seat, and I left my gun in his back seat, and now he has me blocked on everything, and I can't get it back. And I'm like, are you serious? And I hang up the phone with Magic, and I go to fucking Joseph's Snapchat, and sure enough, the first thing I see is, like, 15 minutes ago, this motherfucker's posted a selfie with the fucking gun aimed at the camera, and he's like, new strap, pull up on us, get clapped, or some stupid ass shit like that. And I am just like, wow. Not only do you leave a fucking ounce of Coke in a Bite's fucking car, a week later, you don't even learn from your mistakes. You're fucking leaving your fucking gun in the backseat of people's cars. And I fucking call Magic back and I'm like, yeah, bro, that motherfucker, he's got your gun for real. And he was like, damn, you think he'll give it back if you talk to him? And I was like, what part of I'm not cool with him do you not understand? No, he's not going to give it back to me, you fucking idiot. Like, he hates me. If anything, he's probably on his way to fucking rob me right now. That he probably has a fucking strap. Like, how can you be such a fucking idiot of all people to, you know, like, let fucking get a hold of your gun? God. Well, nothing ended up becoming of it. I don't know if he ever got his gun back. Joseph's a fucking dopehead. He probably ended up selling it for meth or some fucking shit like that. But, yeah, man, I really ended up just not buying from Magic much. Not only because I just didn't do coke as much. I kind of laid off it for a while. And, you know, he had really good shit. And it was hard to do his in moderation. Because when I was in high school and out of high school and stuff, I was on coke really bad. And I'm to the point now where I can do it like once, twice a year. And just have that night where I get down. But part of the reason is because the coke I have access to isn't as good as the shit I had back in the day. So I don't really want to do it as much. But that shit Magic had, man, that shit was some fire. I had to stop going through them because I was feeling like I was going to get hooked on that shit again. But not only that, it was just always some fucking episode and always some bullshit going through them. I'm sure if I thought hard enough, I could come up with so many more examples. But, man, he was just a terrible drug dealer. He's actually in prison now. He's got 3 more years left. So, like I said, good person altogether. Free the boy Magic. Hope he's doing good in there. Magic, if you ever see this, not trying to talk shit on you, brother, but you and I both know that you should not have quit your day job. But that's it for today's video, you guys. Hope y'all comment, thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends about me. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and y'all have a good night. Appreciate y'all.